The first video that was set was little pieces of break everything. Cool. Hooray. Let's see. Right. That's everything up and ready to go. Okay, sorry about that really slow intro. So what I'm doing here is I actually a lot of data that has been entered for each character. It's really annoying to do. So I've sort of come up with a plan to make it a little bit easier. So laziness wins the day. I just finished with the white mage. The next up is going to be the black mage. So this is just a laziness pattern, like this is something that I did to kind of make things a little easier, which is I abbreviated all my flags HSAIEL, and then each level has a certain number of flags assigned to it, and all I've done is made some tags that do the same thing here, so H plus I.
We're bored. We're all bored now. But has it ever occurred to you, Wally, that the process that creates this boredom that we see in the world now may very well be a self-perpetuating, unconscious form of brainwashing created by a world totalitarian government based on money?
This part is just data entry. There's no way to spice up data entry. It just has to be done. One of those things that I put off so last because I don't want to do it. But now I gotta do it. But luckily it won't really be that long. Make it faster. Plus no. Anybody can try to find where I could launch another live build today that includes character customization with parts not enough for it, but it's an alpha, so I don't care. I know, that's horrible. I'm trying to get everything in order for the beta. The beta is what I want actually for getting the alpha, so it helps me find bugs, and the other guys can find bugs. That helps me. So, here we go. Let's do animation. So the two statistics I have left to do.
See, I think it's quite possible that the 1960s represented the last burst of the human being before he was extinguished. And that this is the beginning of the rest of the future now, that from now on there'll simply be all these robots.
Okay, so here's the thing. Astral Esper put together this chart of data right here. But it's formatted because on the internet that's not useful. So what I'm going to do is I take this, I've imported it into Excel, because Excel lets you use a fixed elimination to determine columns. So I do that, then I copy everything, take up my trusty Notepad++ right here, and then I have to perform a bit of keyboard action here, turn it into a list of items that will be recorded. And there we go. So, now some of those characters are not understood by a game maker, obviously, so I'm going to go replace all here. Replace these pluses with H's, and replace the spaces with nothing. And there we go. Now I have a list here. Take that, and then here. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's because I'm doing it in groups of 5 levels so that it's a little bit easier to glance to see how the data is laid out. I screwed up somewhere, right? Because level 1 doesn't do anything, although there's a 0 at the top there, I should have 4 when I finish, and there we go. Alright, so a little more data entry. Today I'm going to be working on Corneria Castle, pretty simple. And yeah, I just need to finish this little bit of data entry right here. So there's a lot of little tricks you can use to help make a lot of this stuff easier on yourself. And that is what I will be doing. Hopefully. I should be fine. Alright. That's claiming those are all good. We already did the red mage. That's really dumb if I did all that data. The thief is not done. You need to do the thief. I lied to you. Gotta do the thief. The thief is interesting because his primary statistic is luck, and that's used for luck. What's interesting is the thief has the highest chance of being able to run of any other character, and that's really his only skill. Because other than that, I don't even think he's as strong as the red mage is in terms of raw data values. So anyway, once again, I'm just going to copy this here, go ahead and paste it into the notepad, perform some keyboard endurance test, I guess is one way of looking at it here. See how fast you tap the keys in a specific sequence in order to not make a gosh darn mistake. Also make a test. There we go. I'll consider it. There you are, you fantastic viewer. So let's see here. Be replacement. Hi Sully, how are you? Why are you doing up at this time of day? Place this time with H's. Place the spaces with nothing. And there we go. Now it's time for data entry again. I know, horribly exciting, but oh, believe me when I say this is the fast way of doing it. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. It's actually just because I was mumbling, that's all. Talking, you know, making sure you wouldn't be able to learn anything or tell what the hell I was doing. And boom, there we go. So now I just have to add a couple of values up here to make up for the ones that don't exist. A plus L, H plus L, and SL and labio. Labio L. And last but not least, strength plus luck. Alright, cool. So, here we go. I think I have the music turned on, so that's going to be really annoying. Let me just keep this real quick. Because otherwise it's going to boot over and that's going to be horrible. Alright. So something I put in earlier was when you engage a controller, you'll see in the upper left-hand corner, the controller will actually pop up and show that the controller is now activated. Or not. It is possible I'm plugging in the wrong Xbox controller. Alright, there we go. Okay, there we go. Now in the upper left-hand corner, so you should have right. Bring up my test save, which is currently working. Yeah, so I was putting in all the character statistics and the data, so now all the classes should work. The next section I'm going to be working on is building Corneria Castle, because that's the only map that I haven't done in this section of the game. I also need to code in compatibility for the Mystic Key, so that the doors that are using that key will actually have to check for it. Right now they just open, because locked doors don't matter. Let's see here, let's make sure these stats are correct. He's showing 8. He's showing 2. Level times 2 is equal to 2, so yes, that is correct. Yeah, I coded in the black belt earlier, so he makes use of his proper statistics. Now back to code jams. Alrighty. So I did like a bug fixing bash the last couple of days when I could find time, and if you look at the change log, you'll see that quite a few bugs have been smashed, and slowly but surely the engine is coming to completion. So let's work on the dungeon. So I have some plans for some other stuff later on, so you have to ignore some of what amounts to being concept art at this point. This is for Final Fantasy Tactics, so I'm using it as a reference for building a new White Mage sprite. Obviously, you can see in game right now. But that's not what I'm going to be doing right now. What I'm going to be doing right now is taking this map of the castle, which is right here. Now, the easiest way to take care of the maps, honestly, I've found, is to go ahead and just paste them into the editor, and then just, copy paste and copy it. So I'm going to do it. Sure, it's I'd like to resize these maps and stuff like that. So, we'll have to do a little bit of math to figure out just how large the map is. Image size is 416 by 496. So 416 divided by 16 is 26. 26 and 6 divided by 16 is 31. Might just go ahead and make this map a little bit number. Save this as my template. So unfortunately, GameMaker doesn't have a good way of doing this just yet. So I'm going to be just doing it the way that I've been doing it, which is to load it in as a background. I don't like doing that because essentially it becomes a resource, and that'll actually eat up memory. Considering how big this file is, it's not like it's going to take up gigs or anything like that, but it's just one of those things where it's like I need it, but I definitely try to get rid of it as soon as possible. So this is going to be an area castle 2, and this will be for an area castle 4. I'm just going to be lazy crop this one. Now, because of the way the engine handles scene transitions like that, I have to actually leave a border of 1 to 2 spaces around the outside of the map. It's sort of a memory saving technique, but not exactly. Just come on, there it is. Alright, so this is going to be an area castle 4-1, and there it is. Okay, so back to GameMaker with us. Sprites. I have a folder here called Raw. Pretty much everything in Raw is not used, operationally speaking. For an area castle 4-1. Area castle. I say that, but I'm sure that I could crash the program somehow. I'm sure I could screw that up somewhere. Alright, we got 4-1. And we've got 4-2. Next up is to create a room. I'm going to simply duplicate the town because there's certain layers that have to be set up for the engine to properly render a map, and this will just reset those layers up for me because they don't have any data associated with them. They just need to exist. This is from there where I will say castle 1. Open it up. Next up, we need to go back and get those numbers. 480, 520. 480, 520. There we go. There it is. Shadows for now. I'll just keep it. Let's do it this way. So why is there a treasure icon just hanging out? What is this? Oh, it's pretty castle small. I guess so. The overlay. Don't need anything from the overlay. Special. Special's not being used anymore. Neither are regions. There's sort of a shorthand way of handling some specific data packets. That is not the right size for that map. It's totally image size. I do not need the under layer because that will not be a castle. Instances. It may have just been easier to just do. I'm just going to take this layer. There we go. Okay. So the tiles that it will be using are going to be think it's going to be the ruin style set. In fact, I remember positive it's not. But I believe it shares a lot of tiles with it. Take that back. But it will now. I have to do a little bit of artwork here. Let's see here. Sure. So the ruins tile set. I might just change it to the castle at this point. I'm going to create a new tile of this one. I'm going to do that by big calculator. I'm going to need 2 tiles from this tile set to make this work. Grid. That floor tile. Then there's my back. I also need a new back tile. Later on, I may go and create, individualized tile sets for the castle because it does have pieces. But for now, this is good enough. That'll be another point. Yes. So you see some of the tiles in here actually are, some of the events actually use the tiles, like the doors and such. That is a technique I did because otherwise I would have had to set up a separate palette render for things like doors and objects. I'd have to figure out a way to get them injected in the wrong raw pipeline. But instead they just get drawn as tiles. That turns out to be a very, very useful way. Man, this is an ugly tile set. I have the same problem with the rooms, where it's just ugly. I always say I'm not going to do any sprite work, and I just end up doing sprite work.
Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar lies a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter.
First off, I'm going to justify this door. Matches. It's not really better by any means, but we'll get around putting a proper, regal door or something. I mean, honestly, I could probably just use the town doors, but I'm going to just get. So something else you'll notice is when it gets around rendering in game, it's not going to look like this at all. And that's because the game actually uses a shader that transfers all these colors. One of the interesting things is if you use the same tile set, you get a lot of different colors out of it. So those are the materials. This stone wall. This door, which is a pile of garbage, so let's see if we can find. So something I've been using to work the sprites in this game are this thing called YYCHR, a program that is used to isolate NES tile sets from ROM maps, and it works pretty good. That's all that is. I'm going to just steal this just for purposes.
I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it.
So that looks like all the pieces I need to make this work. I think it uses the shitty pillars too. No, it uses nice pillars. Okay. That's what it is. Remember this tile, so it is like sure. I really just need to set a new tile set on tiles. So I will duplicate this. This will now be graphic tiles castle 01. I'll leave that in there because who knows, maybe I'll use it later. In terms of memory, it's about the same. Who cares? And basically all I'm doing is making the old tile set look, you know, new, I guess. Instead of looking all crappy and garbagey. It looks nice and new. So this goes here. Placement. And this goes here. That would be this replacement. Will not need the damaged stone walls anymore. There we go. So now I've got two sets. I've got one that's kind of like a decorative set, and I've got one that's not. I'm just going to clean this floor up myself for some time. Gander, what that's supposed to look like. Looks like crap. Silver glue. And there we go. So they're done. So if you look at any of these and you see like the weird colors that are being used, that's different palette render. It no longer looks like that. So the rest of these items. Take over the orb. Oh. Yeah. Might actually do something, but and voila, let's get that one. Alright, I'm going to also need a palette. World palette specifically. This is where all the colors for the world maps are kept. You can see this right here. This will be Corneria Castle, but you know, if it turns out that you know, need it for something else, I can always just change the colors after things else. Okay, so colors are yellows for browns. Number 2. So this may end up swapping that out for yellows to make it look a little more regal, but it's good enough. So this stool here. There are 2 of them. I've actually been surprised to find the tile editor in Game Maker Studios gotten a lot better than it used to be. It could have been considered very much a joke to actually be using this at one point, and now it's actually pretty good for sprite work for a lot of reasons. It could still use some improvements, but I've been pretty surprised with what it is I'm able to do with it to get done. Alright, those are the chairs. Right here. I'm going to go through and I'll be improving the sprites and adding color depth. Don't worry about that. Yes. That is a lot of shit to do. I mean, that door. It's supposed to be in a castle for this. Go. And door. Okay, that is almost enough tiles. We were using these top tiles that I made previously, right? You know what I should have done? I should have. Was it template? So Temple of Fiends has a special roof layer. I need to make sure I include that. Roof. Go. So Temple is missing the top hole. That makes sense. Alright, finally, we have the background layer. Get started. Probably keep working on this as time goes on. Promises. Now it'll be good. Okay, so for the grass, I'm not actually going to be including the grass because it's not needed. Oh shit, that's right. I need to get this bed. Upstairs, there's going to be more stuff I need to. Pop off. Really cool things I can do with the current systems. I can make that actual proper bed, which was not possible in the original engine. So I'm definitely going to smooth some of this stuff like that. As time goes on, I'm going to also add some new floors, and like I said, I got to do color depth for this. That's one of the big time-consuming tasks of this particular project is adding in all the enhanced color depth. Adds quite a bit to what needs to get done. Okay. I'm going to take this wall right here. Tiles. That should be it. Have all the pieces. So here we go. Sort of a render saving, you know, a frame saving thing to improve frame rate and performance. The game doesn't actually render that grass outside of the castle. It's just a spoof effect. Okay, Temple Town Road. Get a new task. Get a new task. Tile set. Castle 01. These are actually the easiest thing to make because literally all I have to do is assign a tile set I just created to it. And as a nice side effect, it'll also get updated in real time. So that's the last time I actually have to look at that data. There's a lot of conveniences that went into the gaming studio and the studio. That is the rooms, I would say. Castle. And just start laying them down. Shit, I know what the hell the problem is. I gotta fix this. I thought I was on a 16 grid, but I was on an 8 grid, so 8. And it should do it. Okay. Should have known. Should have freaking known. keys. That'll help if I actually do it. 8. There we go. Look at it's knowing that Photoshop and Game Maker have separate short like hotkeys, so I'm always screwing at it. If we want to replace it, again, 442. It's possible I could have just ran an offset to fix that, but I didn't, so I did what it is. There we go. Okay, now everything lines up as it's supposed to. Now, something interesting they kind of did with the original game was a lot of these tile sets are lined up really oddly. Like if you look right here, you can see that the wall sticks out from beneath that wall right there. To be honest, I'm going to be fixing a lot of that. I'm going to be using the tile set I have, as you can see. And I'm just going to be fixing a lot of this stuff, which means that I'm actually changing the way that I was doing some of this stuff. I'll have to go through and re-edit the tile parameters, which I don't like doing. Doesn't take a lot of time. It's fun, so I don't want to. And in doing so, it will set up like collisions and stuff. The thing was, originally I was basing all the collisions on the tile, but then later on I put it in this system. And so now, while it still uses that original system, I actually end up using the region system for almost all collisions. Because, like from a map design perspective, it adds a lot more flexibility. But I still kind of need both to pull off some visual effects that I guess are not possible in the original engine. Put that. These go into the overlay, which have a town tile set. Go there. The roof will be I only need one tile for this. And the roof is you can see the castle starting to be blocked in. Tiles. That's it. Yeah, there's a lot of limitations on the NES, and some later games could do a lot to sort of try to alleviate them. But the original game, it's very impressive for what it is, but for what it is, it's also needs a lot of work. And I think you really see this. Yeah. So, let's make sure I got all the tiles. Fortunately, they couple hotkeys they don't have for setting tiles. They can't hold down shift, so make sure you just go straight down the row, which kind of sucks. This is now the way. So that would speed things up a lot. That could be a lot sloppier. Not the case. Be careful with some of this shit. Just gotta be safe. What are you doing? I do not have a file for that. Go. first. This is kind of an example right here. There's no end pieces for any of these. So the way that I kind of have to handle walls like this is that I'm not like. Kind of like the temple of games, the end result will be a bit different. Like all the little things have to change to make the tile sorts work. Just the limitation of original source material. All these ones. 1,000 years swapping tiles. Amusingly, there ends up being some quirks that kind of unique to this engine itself. Like, for example, I have to leave, kind of like the original engine left little spaces in some of the walls where it doesn't seem like it should be, like right here. I have to leave spaces right here because I didn't build any tiles for it. I might consider doing it at some point, which is really not that important. Right. Oh no, please don't. Okay. So, I just need to put tiles in for each room. There's places where holding down shift will help out. It's not an option. So, honestly, later on, after I finish this, I'm probably going to adjust layouts and a lot more than what you'll see me do right now because it's always kind of funny to go back and look at like old games and stuff like that because it's clear these maps were never really designed with a sense of space in mind. A lot of video game maps honestly suffer from this trait where it's like, you know, who fucking lives here? Like, who built this castle? It has like weird dead ends that don't go anywhere, you know, just absurd rooms, and it's not a functional space in a lot of ways. Sure, it's a video game space, and I guarantee the labyrinthine qualities of it were put in there to sort of make it, you know, like, oh look, I'm exploring, because at the time, you know, that was a novelty in and of itself. Just having this large castle to walk around, wow, that's pretty cool. But by modern standards, where, you know, that's kind of old hat, where just occupying a space isn't necessarily enough to, you know, convince a player to be interested in your game or to play it or anything like that. You know, you kind of have to do something with the space. It has to serve some sort of purpose. Fine, yeah, it can still have those large areas. Maybe they're not supposed to go, they don't need to go, but I feel like it needs to have a little more cohesive intelligence to it. And as time goes on, I will probably start working on maps from that perspective, improving dungeons and stuff like that. But for now, this is largely, I know it sounds kind of funny considering all the other changes I've made, but it's largely a strict remake. Now I overlay and I turn that off, I start to see what it kind of looks like. Fill that in. I also wish they had kind of like an eyedropper tool for the tiles as well. They may, I just haven't found it yet. And this detail layer. We'll also do the cast of I also hate this fucking thing right here. They put the tiles in the upper left-hand corner. This can't be moved down. It can be moved left or right, but this doesn't. This starts in the upper left-hand corner, so it's guaranteed to cover up your tiles. That is a bug that I have reported, because that is annoying me. Pillars. Oh yeah, grass. Oh, that is actually the grass colors then. Yes. Oh shit. Okay. So these are the town grass colors. Add them. Just gonna steal the tile set from the town and hopefully that will go on to do here. It makes use of that orange color, which I think is still available on the other palette. This is actually slightly more annoying than I thought to get this effect to look right. But hey, this will be the first time I've used some just bizarre crap to try to make it work right. So I need, I believe, this. Is it this color? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use orange. I'm just gonna edit this to be orange right here. That allows us to do so. Alright, there we go. So now that will show the right color. It has been a huge pain in the ass to try to preserve the original color depth of the NES and expand it to a new one. It's been kind of fun in a technical sense, but at the same time, a lot of days I just sort of, oh, I wish I hadn't, because it is a lot of work. I mean, like, look at this. There's grass in the castle. I'm not saying it can't be there. I'm just saying why. Why is it there? Who did this and why? Like this, there's no path, it just stops in the grass. Why? Ah, shit. Put that on the wrong layer. Another joy of map editing, and that's why I try not to change layers too often. Try to finish one thing at a time. Try to reduce the amount of that crap going on. Don't know about that just yet. This real quick stuff up these walls again. That's the wrong layer. There we go. Walls there, walls there. Once again, I don't have one. I really need to make one. The only alternative would be to do something like this right now. While that's certainly something that can be done, to be honest, I think I'm actually going to do that. It would be nice to have a proper system in place for that. Once level's blocked out, it's a lot easier to edit it, so I have to just back to some more. So it's still in existence. Oh. Or I could break it. If I'm going to do that, I'd like it to match. Which will open up this hallway more than it was in the original. I might even try to. There we go. That works. And I might do the same exact thing right here. I'll do what I was doing there with the wall piece. But if I move everything like this, it cuts off the weird corners. We're going to do that. Okay, so it should be like a beaver that tells me you're on the wrong tile. Stop doing that. I'm going to show you that a lot. Is there any reason what the hell is that? The tile. Okay, I believe I may be experiencing a bug right now. The tile there is not working. Ooh. Maker Studio works pretty well. To say that I've had no issues with it would be a lie. Again, I have the tile, so I guess I'm just going to save and reopen the project. Hopefully that will fix it. Oh. Close that. That's not being used. Not using Excel anymore, so close that up. And reopen. There you go. During this segment, we'll be troubleshooting. Alright, back. In, still nothing. Why? Oh, God, yeah. The layer was locked, so that's the thing. Very that, there's that. Do something like this. If I'd done that originally, actually, time saving. It was the opposite. Okay, cool. So, it looks like most of the castle is blocked out. So I get rid of the back now. Shouldn't lose anything I still. Looks like that is the case. So, kind of the reason I'm doing it like this is because I'd like to not waste any tiles. Anything that doesn't need to be drawn, I don't want to be drawn. And to ensure that is the way that it works, I try not to lay any excessive tiles. Now granted, the program is fast enough that it can handle it. It's my program, I said I'm not doing it, so there you go. It's called vitamin C. Two. Hallway will still be larger than it was. Go. Here. That is looking pretty good. Profile. Those in. These in. Outside. Okay. Once again, like, built this castle. What was who's the architect? Yeah. They may have been users of recreational drugs because it was awful castle. Set up correctly. Set those up correctly. Just move the roof. And fill in the tiles. Alright. There. Down here it has like another section so I can match kind of do the best I can as far as that goes. So alright, cool. That is done. I'm going to remove this. Okay. Okay, there we go. Got that in. That. These. And I believe instances this is there. Grab myself a transfer. Okay, this is there we go. Alright. This is not detail there. See, I mean, this wouldn't cause any issues, but I'm going to fix it anyway because consistency. Good. Okay, back to reset. Other parents, so I guess I don't need those. I need objects, maps, generic transfer. This needs its creation code, which tile idea, let's see. If I touch, if I transfer it, so let's let's use plagiarism. It is best. Temple. Oh shit! I just okay. Ah. I will need to plagiarize, but not before I add detail. Turns out the stairs were not what I thought they were. They're actually baked in detail. There we go. Didn't there used to be pillars in all those corners? I feel like there was. Maybe there was not. Step on the chicken lick and blades. This temple. These, one for the front, and one for the back. And coordinates. Of course, those coordinates require me to look on the main map. $152, $150. 52 map, world map, that is correct. There we go. Now I need a coordinate from in here as well. Surprise there, I would hope. This is going to be 1530. Shoot about that. Castle floor 1. I run my fantastic scripts over here. Startup. Resources. Okay. is happening? What the hell happened? Lost my mouse. Here's still functioning. Here's responding. Mouse has disappeared. What the fudge is going on? There it is. What the heck was that? Technology. This bundles of fun is really the point, I think. Okay. So I've added that to my map list. I've added the transfer points on the main world. There's a transfer in the castle. I have the transfer point out. And there's that. So now I'm going to go to the Temple of Fiends and just copy these. That said, what the fudge? That is a tragedy. Well, I need a door. I'm just going to copy this code, if you even have any. It does. Castle. Code. Tile set castle 01. Tile ID 37. Do. 4 of them for each door. Good. Okay, doors are in. Transfer points are in. The cool part about doing it this way is none of that data is specific to your save file or anything like that. So I should be able to well, I know I can't walk anywhere, but it's the wrong. I gotta put music and everything for it as well. Anyways, yeah, so that's gonna be my live stream for today. Those of you that watched anything, hopefully you learned something useful, and I will see you next time.